Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. There is good news at the radar for Nnamdi Kanu. As good news is coming up, there may likely be hope in the radar for Nnamdi Kanu. A lot is happening. In a moment, I'm going to give you the breakdown exactly why there seems to be jubilation in the air. Just maybe that one day sacrifice of prayer made by the indigenous people of Biafra on the issue of Nnamdi Kanu's release and across Biafra land may just be working. I get the spiritual still controls the physical. But before we go into the newspaper, I would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you say bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Well, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, Nnamdi Kanu, is scheduled for an emergency hearing tomorrow, Thursday, that could lead to his release on bail. We actually learned that on Wednesday that the hearing could open the door for Nnamdi Kanu's release on bail. This was confirmed exclusively to Sahara reporters by the Council for the Nigerian government in the matter. It was also learned from Nigerian government lawyers that the move is in response to the fervent appeals by Igbo leaders for the release of the pro-Biafran agitator. Nnamdi Kanu scheduled for an emergency hearing tomorrow that could lead to his release on bail. This is in the response to Igbo elders' request for his release, one of the sources said on Wednesday. Well, President Muhammadu Buhari had said on Friday, November 19, that he would consider the unconditional release of the indigenous people of Biafra leader as sought by elder statesmen from the southeast. Buhari had, however, added that such a request was a difficult option to weigh, but assured that he would give it a thought. Buhari said this while receiving a group under the aegis of highly respected Igbo greats, led by First Republican parliamentarian and Minister of Aviation Mbazulike Amechi at State House Abuja earlier in November. Amechi, a Nigerian, had described the situation in the southeast as painful and pathetic, lamenting that the businesses have collapsed, education crumbling, and fear everywhere. He had pleaded for a political rather than a military solution, requesting that if Kanu was released to him as the only First Republican minister still alive, he, that's Kanu, would no longer say the things he had been saying, stressing that he could control him, not because I have anything to do with them, that's indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, but I am highly respected in Igbo land today. A presidential media aide, Femi Adesina, had revealed this in a statement titled President Buhari to Igbo leaders, your demand for Nnamdi Kanu's release is heavy. I will consider it. However, in his response, Buhari had said, you have made an extremely difficult demand on me as a leader of this country. The implication of your request is very serious. In the last 6 years since I became president, nobody would say I have confronted or interfered in the work of the judiciary. God has spared you and given you a clear head at this age with a very sharp memory. A lot of people half your age are confused already, but the demand you made is heavy. I will consider it. Stressing his policy of non-interference with the judiciary, the president said when Kanu jumped bail, got arrested, and was brought back to the country, I said the best thing was to subject him to the system. Let him make his case in court instead of giving very negative impressions of the country from outside. I feel it's even a favor to give him that opportunity. The IPOB leader is currently standing trial at the Federal High Court Abuja for terrorism-related charges. Kanu was illegally arrested in Kenya and renditioned to Nigeria in June. This statement alone has sparked a lot of reactions. We're going to take a quick cross-section of what Nigerians are saying. I guess the president truly listens to the plea of the people very quickly. This one here is saying, that's interesting and the wonderful news of the century. Let Nigeria release our leader, MNK, whether they like it or not. This one here is saying, my brother, mind your mouth. If you love Kanu, let him out first. This one here is saying, freedom for you, sir. Nigerian government should release him immediately because he committed no crime. Unity is not by force. Let Nigeria allow Biafrans to go because we have future. This one here is saying, must you reply with hate speech? Be civil for once. This is serious. This one here is saying, I am not a small boy in Nigerian politics and game. The handwriting is very clear. MNK is just a freedom fighter. If our leaders are doing well, no one will be listening to MNK. This one here says that's what we need for now. But that doesn't stop us from going out from Nigeria because we don't want to be controlled by China government. And Buhari has sold on Nigeria to China. Come on, guys, it's just a loan. Let's see if the miracle can still happen. Miraculous can still happen in Nigeria. This one here is saying, this is great news. Happy to hear this. This one here is saying, honestly, I can't wait for some semblance of peace in the East. Oh God, help us. This one here is saying, I pray that God perfects it and give us our Biafran nation. This one here says, let them release all Biafrans that are in custody. Free MNK, Biafran freedom. This one here says, we pray that God will help, and God helped. Indeed. This one here is saying, I hope they have not planned something funny to eliminate him. This is so strange. What a sudden emergency court hearing. If anything happens to him, Ojuzo Kalu should be held responsible. Come on. Ojuzo Kalu just went to speak to him. Probably they may likely release him on bail, but he's probably hoping that he should use his platform also to encourage the people to have peace in the land. Come on. It's a no money and no money meeting according to Ojuzo Kalu. Don't begin to draw proportions out of it. Don't forget that when he's even being released, likelihood that if he's going to be on bail, likelihood that he will likely travel out of the country is very high. And if they were going to grant him bails, you may be surprised the bail condition will be more stringent than even the last one. Don't forget the last one was actually a rabbi, a clergyman, a senator, sitting senator from his constituency, of which Senator Nnamdi Kanu pledged, I think everything boils at 300 million naira, and some of these very prominent men, of which Senator Nnamdi Kanu felt the heat for years that Nnamdi Kanu was out of the country. A lot was at stake. In fact, at some point, they had to bring him in. So we do not even know if eventually that court hearing is going to take place tomorrow, takes place. We do not even know the stringent bail measures that will be put in place. If the first one was 300 million with strong men on ground, only God knows what will be the next one. Maybe Amechi may even be among those who they will sign it. I do not know. So let's wait and hear the court hearing out to fair. Like the young man rightly said, come on, let's hear how it goes on. But give it to the president. At least the fact that he listened is enough one. And a lot of things are happening in Southeast. You could see the uneasiness, you could see the sit at home. When he's released, I'm sure, hopefully by the grace of God, this whole issue of sit at home order will cease and have a good point. That's what we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in the comments.